What's good, y'all? Rich Sosa back in the building with another banger, and as y'all can see by the looks of the title and the screen, I'm going to be bringing y'all my two-way point forward Ben Simmons build, and I'm telling you, you could consider this build a 3-level two-way playmaker. Everything that goes into it is going to be very serious when you see from this gameplay. This is actually the main lineup I like to run with. A playmaking shot creator with lockdown takeover, as well as another pure playmaker, y'all. So when it comes down to it, I'm telling you, you're going to see what this build is going to be able to do. And the first lineup that we're going to be going up against is honestly going to be a comp team. You've seen their averages. So honestly, let's just go ahead and check it out. As you can see, my play shot already getting ready to work. But from this gameplay, y'all are really going to see what this build is going to be able to do at the center position. Right here, already getting a really nice contest, y'all. And that's against a versatile paint beast. A lot of these games that I'm going to be showing y'all are going to be against bigger centers. And as you can see, the ISO is going to be real when it comes down to it. The defense also, y'all, I'm telling you, everything that goes into this build definitely going to be a sneaky build to use, especially when I go ahead and drop the actual making of the build. As you can see, we can definitely be shooting shots from anywhere as well, y'all. So before we get into the making, man, y'all already know what y'all need to do. Be sure to hit that sub button if you're new. Anybody looking to join the Rich Gang family, RGF, go ahead and turn on post notifications. But also, let's get 50 likes on this video for the gameplay. I most definitely got y'all. If we can match the 25 likes that we got on the first two-way point forward gameplay that I dropped for y'all, I will go ahead and drop the exact way of how I made this build. And yes, with this build, we're going to be able to get lockdown takeover, which is honestly going to give a huge boost to the defensive side. If you want to go ahead and watch the first gameplay that I dropped of this two-way point forward, I'll go ahead and put a little drop-up card on the top so you could go ahead and click that and watch it from here. But man, let's just go ahead and get back into this gameplay. Now, as you can see, we play some very solid defense when it comes to guarding any type of team that's going to be able to shoot. However, when it comes to a lot of the things on the offense, we do like to ISO, especially with this build being oversized and a lot faster than most centers, as you can see. Really going to be a mismatch on everybody who is going to be trying to guard this build, especially if you know what you're doing. This build is going to be able to shoot threes, going to be able to even get a really nice close shot on this build. And look at the dime, y'all. They are too focused on what I'm going to be doing because I'm 6'7" with this build. I'm able to shoot from Limitless, and then on top of all that, y'all, in this gameplay, I do not even have any shooting badges when it comes to being maxed out. I have, I could say, at least 2 badges, maybe 3, but honestly, it is not even close to being maxed out. I get about 11 to 12 total on this build, and I gotta say, with what we're gonna be able to do on this build, gonna be really surprising. I'm not just sure if it's because of how easy the shooting is, but again, as long as you know your jump shot and time it well, most definitely you're gonna be able to hit shots this year. And look at the defense, y'all. I'm telling you, going to be real when it comes down to it. All you got to do is just make sure that you're paying attention to what you're doing, and then from there, go ahead and execute on every level of the floor. Now, I have to remind you, another thing that I really like about this build is people tend to sag when they are guarding me just because it's a point forward. And look, wide open in the corner for a green 3, y'all. I'm telling you, when it comes down to using these kind of builds, y'all most definitely got to go ahead and just be sure you like the jumper you're using, as well as put on the right badge count. As you can see, we get the lockdown takeover, which is honestly going to make it so much harder on defenders, especially when they're using screens, because I'm going to be right there. Right there, as you can see, they go ahead and get a white, which is going to be okay. 2K has been allowing a lot of those, but once they take those off, I'm telling you, definitely going to be something that y'all are going to want to work with when it comes down to this build. And my favorite thing about it, we're going to be able to have pure lockdown in us when it comes down to this. You're going to be able to add boost to this build, which is honestly going to raise your defensive stats for the better. And then on top of all that, look, y'all, you're going to be a mismatch on anybody that's guarding you, especially when they go ahead and try to switch on defenders. Let's just go ahead and say a guard tries to guard me. I am going to be at least 2 to 3 inches taller, and another steal already off the inbound. And this is mainly without badges on the defensive side. When it comes down to this kind of gameplay, some of these gameplays, I literally have no badges. So again, it's really just going to come down to your IQ on this build. And honestly, the main reason why I made this specific point forward is because I love to run the rare build names. Now, I'm going to be able to snag on this build as well. Really going to be a surprising build once you see what it's going to be looking like, especially once I drop the build making. Y'all are most definitely going to love what I got in store for y'all. Now, if you want to, once I get this build maxed out, I'll even go ahead and take this build to the 1v1 stage just to show y'all what we're going to be able to do exactly. Now, as you can see, the center is sagging again, wide open for another green 3. If y'all want my jump shot, go ahead and drop a like, but also drop a comment, and I most definitely got y'all, especially when you guys go ahead and put in the effort to interact with me. That means so much to me, especially because I just know that I got supporters behind my back. Y'all know that I love y'all, and I know y'all love me. We are all a part of the Rich Gang family. It's all about the positivity and what we can do here for each other. But look at this build, y'all. I'm telling you, gonna be doubled most of the time. I'm gonna go ahead and hit them with the step back 3 for game. They do not know what to do, and I had 2 AIs, but here's another lineup we're gonna be going up against: a 2-way slasher and another paint beast, y'all. I'm telling you, if you made a paint beast and you're going up against me, you made a mistake, because you're not going to be able to guard me on the defensive side. And even if you go ahead and press me the whole entire time, look, y'all, going to be able to shoot some really close threes when it comes down to people contesting you. I really love the fact that even though you are 6'7" and don't get all of the dribble moves unlocked, you still get a majority of them. Now, I believe we can actually make point forwards around 6'6", but if you can make them at 6'5" and unlock every single pro dribble move, that is just going to make the build even better. But again, with the pro dribble moves that I already have unlocked, everything is going to be fine. As you can see, the greens on this build are real, and remember, I only have a 73 3-pointer, y'all. Even the whites are going to be going in, especially for this jump shot that I got on. For those of y'all who are saying shooting is too easy, I definitely can say that I partly agree with y'all. The only reason why I'm saying that is because when it comes to my shooting, yes, I have a low 3-pointer being in the 70s, but I time a lot of my jump shots on green. Now, just talking about how shooting is easy, they hit a white, and that's going to go ahead and put them up by 1. But y'all already know that I most definitely got y'all with this jump shot. They're going to go ahead and sack off, leave me wide open for the green 3. And this is with meter. Since I have taken off my meter on this build, things have been turning out so much better. And here's a different lineup that I was actually running with about a week ago. 2-way mid-range facilitator as well as a stretch facilitator, y'all. All of these builds right here are going to have some very serious defense in it, especially with the one that I'm using. But as you can see, the movement on this build is fast, and right now at this moment, the speed for this build is not even in the 90s. Once you go ahead and get that Gymrat badge, grind this build out to 99, you're going to be somewhere around 95 to 98 or even 99. I cannot remember specifically, and I don't want to say to make a mistake, but look, y'all, the defense is real. I'm telling you, back-to-back steals. Going to go ahead and throw this one up for the oop, and again, we are up 8-2. Now, if you can see how good this build is going to be on the defense, even without your takeover, I'm telling you, I don't know what I have to show y'all what else, but again, I love this build because it feels super balanced, especially for being one of the more rare point forwards. And then right there, I can even dish out, I love to run bailout. In the current gameplay that I'm showing y'all, I do not believe that I have that badge on, but as you can see, we get another steal, and these are not bump steals, y'all. These are actually being timed by me again. A 4th steal, then I got my takeover. Y'all already know, once I get my takeover, this build is just going to get even better on both sides of the ball. Now, when it comes down to it, I love to use this build in the rec as well. I have already dropped some gameplay of that when it comes down to it, but when it comes down to the offensive side, I can say that it's going to match up pretty well when it comes down to comparing it to the defense and the offense side by side. So, another gameplay that I got lined up for y'all. More steals, more success, and again, more alley-oops that are going to be coming at y'all. I really just want you to know that if you made it this far, I appreciate y'all so much with everything in my heart. I just want y'all to know the Rich Gang family, y'all are always showing out, giving me that good love and good support. And just know this is only the beginning of where God is taking us all. It's not just me alone. It's God, me, you guys. We are all a part in one. And I just want you to know that whatever comes on this channel, it is not just because of myself, it's because of y'all as well with your amazing support. So again, just thank God for giving me this opportunity to be able to share this with y'all. Thank you for having me in your day as well as you in mine. And as you can see, whoo, dunking on his head, y'all. The thing about this build, being an oversized dribbler, in my opinion, has always been the best decision to make. Not only in this year, but I would honestly say probably since 2K15, y'all. Easily. I have always been an oversized dribbler. Now that I am actually showing y'all what it's going to be like, the defense is going to be real, the shooting, the finishing, everything that goes into this build is definitely going to be the solid thing that you want to go ahead and look at, especially if you're going to go ahead and make a point forward. I'm telling you, this is going to be the one that y'all want to make. And right here, you can even hit them with the Euros, and you are definitely going to go ahead and get right by them. I know that's really annoying when it comes down to the slashes, but when you can do it with a rare build, makes it so much more even better. Right here, I'm going to go ahead and clip him up, but he gets the contest, and I do not make the shot. That would be so clean if we hit that. But as you can see, there is a lot of potential when it comes to this build being in the right hands. Now, this is the last game that I'm going to be showing y'all, and I actually switched it up from running with that two-way mid-range facilitator to a perimeter lockdown, and already off rip, they are going to be greening at the top of the key. In my opinion, as long as I could run with builds who know how to play defense, we are going to be seeing W's all day. This build is even going to be able to rebound, which is why I made it exactly how I did. I wanted to be able to not only run center on this build, but as you can see, I wanted to be able to dribble, be a mismatch on both sides of the ball. And right here, I'm going to go ahead and get double teamed, and I'm still going to be able to finish with the hop step between both of the defenders. Now, I do not need screens. A big reason why I don't is because look how crowded it gets once you go ahead and set them. But again, if that's your style, I don't hold anything against you. If you need a screen, that's completely fine. But for mine, I just go ahead and love to ISO. It makes it so much more better. The blocks on this build are real. The steals, everything that goes into it, definitely the best two-way point forward all year. I'm going to go ahead and close it out right here. But I just want you to know that I thank y'all. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. And just know, I got some more gameplay dropping for y'all, so man, y'all already know what y'all need to do. Be sure to hit that sub button if you're new. Anybody looking to join the Rich Gang family, RGF, go ahead and turn on post notifications. But let's get 50 likes on this video, y'all. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. And man, with all that being said, I got one last thing to say. Thank God and Rich out.